round one of the best tournament right now. Round one. Lots of games. It's a 32-player tournament, double elimination. Lots of games to get through. Not a lot of time to do it. So we're going to try and, watch them and see what happens because, that's my life and I really enjoy doing it. We've got Swissboy here. If you don't know who Swissboy is, he's a boy from Switzerland. And if you don't know who Joe is he's from England. So we've got a Swiss versus an English here. We might see some country pride. What's it called? I can't think of words. Words aren't really good for me in this current state of my existence. So I was going to say patriotism, and I guess that's the word, but not really. It's more just country rivalry here. Nationalism. Whatever the word is. We've got Joe. Joe came... can't remember what he came in the Champions League. He definitely placed high in the league portion of it, but then in the final 8 or whatever it was, can't remember. Been so long. We need a Champions League number 2, don't we? Maybe later this year, maybe after this tournament even. Crazy idea. Yes, he did very, very well in the league. We'll see if that translates into this tournament. Very different setting. Double elimination does mean you have a lot of opportunities to win and or get as far as you possibly can. Over here, though, we got Swissboy, and Swissboy was actually... I think Swissboy started in the Champions League, and I believe he actually got demoted. Oh, the demotion of Swissboy was a terrifying and sad state of affairs. But we do see Swissboy going for what seems to be craziness right now. He's going for what looks to be a 4-minute advance time, possibly a 3:55 here with Kronos on Frozen Wastes against the Ra of Joe. Now, it's double gold mine Frozen Wastes, but potentially with a really good deconstruct, potentially Swissboy might be able to get in the back here. So he'll put the temple at the front here somewhere, and then he may be able to put a counter barracks back here, deconstruct this tower, and then he may be able to get a gold staff on the back, or at least do a lot of damage here. 4-minute advance time isn't the crazy all-in Kronos rush, but you still can get that damage done. We do see that the temple is being sent forward right here before the oracles move in. We've got some villagers already over here on this granary. The goal for Swissboy is going to be to prevent this town center from being grabbed. That's a lot of hunt that Joe's going to have access to if this town center goes up. I mean, maybe with Terma you can push off this or whatever, but it will be a difficult one for Joe. So we'll see what he's going to have to adapt to, or how he's going to adapt to this. He is late to the classical age by all standard metrics for a Ra player who has not grabbed any wood yet. So... not sure why that's the case there, but the Oracle will spot this, retreat back, try and stay away, but obviously not too far away. He seems like he's going to be sending his Oracles in here. The Promethean's going to be on the way, and it looks as if Swissboy is going to be a full minute in front of Joe in terms of the advance to the classical age, and this could spell absolute doom for Joe. Swissboy comes in, casts Valor. Villagers get pulled off of the granary here, making their way back into the home base. We do have 6 goats here and a berry bush. Question is, what can Joe do here? Egyptian, or specifically Ra, has some very, very nasty one-town center strategies against Aranos players, against Atlantean players on Vubli. Vubli has the 2100 HP town centers here, so I honestly wouldn't be that surprised if we didn't see Bast. In fact, saw Tar here with intentions of villager attacking, but not happening just yet. We do see the temple's coming up. That's going to allow Joe to get his Sphinx out. We've got double monument here for Joe, so obviously going to go for those monuments, or those Sphinx here. And man, on this map, this is not a bad idea either. The Sphinx are going to be able to leave nice and early, move forward, hit the villagers. If Swissboy wants to back this up with the second town center, which it looks like he's going to be going for, he's actually searching blind for for this. But this town center could get denied here by Joe. He's already got his Sphinx out. The Sphinx is going to be moving forward. There's a forward counter barracks here, which is absolutely wild. Not a mana from Swissboy. Not a lot of damage done at all. I mean, this damage over here was good in order to push Joe back into his main base. Deconstructing the temple didn't actually achieve all too much because the Sphinx still got out. We do see an armory coming up here. So maybe Joe's goes for like a Sekhmet here as well. Maybe not a bad idea. There's the mana. How is Swissboy's wood situation? Very, very low. Not enough to get the next age up. Lots of villagers on gold. 600 gold in the bank here for Swissboy. And Joe spots the forward temple, spots the Prometheans getting built. Going to be moving forward. We'll see if he spots this forward base here of Swissboy. Already making a catapulti here. Stopping the medium terma. He does spot it. Going to move in, hit this citizen. Swissboy's going to have to garrison, which he does do. But that's a good amount of time idle here. There will probably be a Valor back up by now. It takes about 2 minutes, 2 minutes 30. Can't remember exactly what it is. And we do see that the Oracle's going to be pushing these Sphinx back. There's the Valor there. Hero or a hero citizen here ready to put this one up, and then these heroes are going to chase these Sphinx away. Catapulti may only have 6 damage, but they have a high amount of bonus damage versus myth units at 600%. So that's going to put that damage up to a respectable amount. And same thing for the Terma with also 600% bonus damage. However, the Terma probably never going to hit the Sphinx. They run a little bit too fast for the Terma, a little bit inaccurate. Been too many days at the pub and they just cannot hit their targets. There's an economic guild going up for Swissboy. He's going for the boom off the back of this. And Joe's going to be completely fine with this. He's going to get this town center up, no problems, even with all of these Promethean offsprings. I'm surprised to see that Joe's even going to bother taking his Pharaoh off there to kill these, because it would have gone up much quicker just by empowering, but he decides to take the Promethean offspring out. Promethean's going to be retreating away, and we do have the Elks up here now for Joe. So he's going to be able to eat these. He's got a polar bear as well, which is nice. Nice micro pulling this one back. The Promethean offspring coming in. They do have 6.05 speed, which means the Pharaoh does actually miss them, but if they attack, they will get hit. So you have to be very careful and be having a nice watch of that. That was really nice micro by Joe in order to attack that just as the Promethean offspring were about to fight instead of beforehand. So nice play there. Down center just about up for Swissboy. A little bit behind on that one. And Joe's just in such a crazy good position now. Do we see any attempt at a next age? We do not. Just going to be building villages. He's going to have a lot of gold in the bank. Going to be able to start slowly transitioning into farms. Doesn't have plow just yet. Let's check the technologies out. We do have hand axe for Swissboy, husbandry and pickaxe for Joe. A little bit short on the plow though. It should be coming through anytime soon. Oh, I guess as soon as he has the 100. Oh, he's got the resources for it, so he should be upgrading it, but hasn't done so just yet. Nice raid here from Swissboy. Going to be hitting these villages. Maybe even get a villager kill. We don't see what you call it, Skin of the Rhino just yet for Joe, but totally fine to not have that one just yet. He should be completely fine. He just wants to eat the rest of this polar bear and slowly retreat away from this location and maybe pick off one of these Promethean offsprings. He does, and maybe the other one goes down as well. That's huge. Villagers jump onto this wood line maybe, and then get those farms pumping out, and you can start making slingers. So this is something that Joe does quite a bit. Oh, he loses one of those Sphinx. This is actually really, really good for Swissboy here. Every single Sphinx he kills is a lot of resources down the drain, and that didn't do a lot, to be honest. He maybe killed one Terma for the Sphinx there. I don't think he got any villager kills at all over here in the base of Swissboy. So Swissboy's going to be really happy about that. He can start moving forward. Has a lot of hero units here. Hopefully he doesn't get done by some sort of Batsuchos mass or Scaraball in. There is Eclipse available. With 2 monuments here, you can have a lot of favor in the back. Oh, nice micro from Joe to pull Swissboy in, but that's more on Swissboy. He needs to not have that happen. Potentially Swissboy could just rush Heroic Age here, rush Behemoths out and go for an all-in here. That could be possible. The Swiss boy, he's got no resources in the bank. A little bit difficult. Not a lot of food situation going on. Maybe if you can get down the farms. Maybe if you can eat these elk here, which he should be able to do. Oh, he's going for a third town center, though. He's going for the forward one. This is incredibly ballsy, especially given that Bast is being grabbed by Joe. So now this gives Joe a very easy point to attack. The villagers are going to be moving in and seeing that this town center is being grabbed as well. So Joe can even just rain, get the resources, go for more slingers if he wants to, hold on to this, and then push through this town center very easily with a scarabs, eclipse. Nice micro there from Swissboy though to pick off a couple of those slingers. Did trade his Catapulti and Oracle Hero there for them though. Again, a nice micro from Swissboy. You don't want to be popping these slingers out against the Terma. And we do see that Swissboy doesn't care. He doesn't care that there's a town center. He's just going to run in, take the fight. Nice micro from Swissboy. Actually fakes the slingers there. The slingers garrison a little bit early, but we do see that these Terma are all going to be getting taken out here. I'm not sure why Swissboy is sacrificing all these units here. It's definitely not the best play you could possibly do. He's actually trying to take down the town center with these Prometheans, which is just probably not going to happen. Even though the Prometheans have 5 crush damage, it's just a long time. We do see some priests getting built out here, and Joe's just happily taking the losses. Swissboy maybe he's trading okay. I've got no idea. I would say this is not good for Swissboy. It does keep Joe potentially in. I was going to say it keeps Joe in the classical age, but Joe's already up Hathor, and Joe's just so crazy in front right now. Now Swissboy can move in. He's going to start slicing through these slingers with his Mamillo though. So you got to have to work out what sort of unit composition he wants to go for. Generally speaking, we see Chariot Archer Axeman against Atlantean for the Ras. So these slingers maybe overdoing it on them. It doesn't really work too well. But we'll see how Joe goes. We do have some villagers moving up onto this gold mine over here as he needs to move there. There is a difficult situation for Joe in the next couple of minutes though, for sure, given that he's going to have to go for this gold mine. And generally speaking, he's going for this one. Migdol Stronghold sneaking up over here. All the units are trying to take down this talent center, but it's just not going to go down. And in fact, the Migdol Stronghold over here secures this gold mine really nicely. And sort of the only way that Swissboy is going to be able to push through this is with Rhea, which may be a little bit scary. You even see a mercenary cavalry coming out here. And if this, you just have to retreat when you see this, because it just gets so much value. Look at the damage it does. Look at the HP it has. Look at the armor it has. It's just crazy, such a crazy unit to have at this stage of the game. But he is going forward. We do see the slingers targeting down at me with the Sphinx moving in. And they hit these Mamilla. Mamilla going to be retreating back, but Suchos dealing so much damage. As we said, these monuments have been working for ages here for Joe. He's actually still got 20 favor in the bank. Probably be worth it to get the upgrade, what's it called? Crocodopoulos. Is that really what it is? Get Crocodopoulos here to get those Patsuchos even more bonkers strong, and maybe just get another one. I don't know. What's the upgrade? What exactly the stats? Extra range. Maybe it's not worth it to get it. It just seems so good. Crocodopoulos. Why would you not want Crocodopoulos? The extra range is it's pretty good. Gets it up to what, 26 or something like that. But there's the deconstruction. Locust Swarm onto these farms. Big Locust Swarm. This is a lot of wood here. The rock does get sniped there by these Terma. More of those farms going down. How's the economic upgrades? Only hand axe and pickaxe. But now Swissboy is still pushing in. But there's no way for Swissboy to deal with like a Migdol that goes up over here. And I don't think he has any... He doesn't have any deconstructions left. And even if he wins this fight, which is questionable here with those Patsuchos in the back with Eclipse remaining, this is going to be very difficult here for Swissboy to keep going. He needs to potentially get the hero upgrade as well in order to get those myth units dead. And there's, well, it's probably a bit of a crappy Eclipse there, but Siege Tower's coming up, and he's going to be able to start pushing into this town center. There is a hero citizen here. So these Patsuchos, while they do 82.5 damage in attack, The citizen probably going to be able to survive for a little bit. I don't know. Maybe these guys all kill the citizen. Yeah, look at him come. We'll see. We'll see. He's going to pop out. He's got to be scared to pop out, though. Surely. There he's out. But Suchos target him down. Her down. And look at that damage there as the citizen just bites the dust. Even though it's a hero citizen. These Butsuchos under the eclipse here. Look at that dead unit. It's got an overkill though. I'm pretty sure 2 shots here are probably going to maybe one hit these. We do see some hero Terma getting converted here in order to try and take down these Butsuchos. They do have very low armor for a heroic age myth unit. But they've got the range, and they're just going to drag these units in. The town center goes down. Joe loses his Butsuchos here, but he's just got so many of them. 5 remaining, just completely decimating the army. We've got some axemen out in order to deal with those Murmillo. The slingers in order to deal with the Terma. No attempt. Well, there's a Migdol. I was going to say no attempt at a Migdol, but he just places it back up. No problems there. Villagers moving up to this gold mine as well. Can throw up another Migdol over here to be completely safe. Taking everything down. The Promethean Offspring just falling there. There's a Chaos though. That's going to hit a lot of these units. One Patsuchos here, but he just retreats away calmly. And now the Patsuchos is going to... Oh, I thought it would chase down, but it doesn't. It just sits here and it's going to maybe chase the blue units. No, it's just going to fight. Just stand here. No problems. No problems. Now we've got the Satyr push. We've got Chaos. But Joe's, if you're ever playing Atlantean and the Egyptian player is in front of you on score, you know things are going poorly for you because you're up Struggle Town. However, a lot of this score is in these crocodiles here, these Butsuchos. So if he can snipe them, which he's doing really nicely here, actually. You've also got the Hero Arcs, a little bit of missed micro there, but he does manage to pick up another one at this point. If he can kill all of these, he's in a really good position. And they're just doing so much damage, and unfortunately for Joe, he doesn't actually have... He's not really microing this, and these units here are just kind of going to town. As Swissboy is actually managing this fight really, really nicely. All of the Butsuchos fall. Now we've got Murmillo just coming in to clean everything up. There's only a couple of axemen here. We've got Arcus. If Swissboy can throw up a palace, start getting out his destroyers, he may be able to be in a good position here. However, the town center for Joe goes up. Joe's getting fortified town centers as well. I feel like there's no way you're taking this town center down now. But with a palace, with these destroyers, you can come down, hit this location, potentially an early can you go maybe an early implode here, maybe a possibility for a win. Just a cheeky gold staff could potentially work. I don't know, maybe not. And now the army moving in, going to hit this. We still don't have that. We don't have another deconstruct because he has used all of them. Town center here gets prevented by the chariot raids. We've got a wall popping up. It's going to be too little, too late. As this citizen going to fall as well, it looks like. No attempted micro, but the citizen does fall there in the end. And Joe can run around here if he wants to and prevent this gold mine from being a thing. And remember, Millo's just pushing in here, trying to raid as hard as he can. As Swissboy is not making it easy for Joe at all. However, Joe is going Mythic Age through Osiris here. Not messing around. Osiris at this stage of the game against the Atlantean army, absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. So he's going to have Son of Osiris against basically Terma, Arcus, Murmillo here. And that Son of Osiris is going to be difficult to kill for sure. The Arcus, probably one of the better units to pick off an Osiris, but you never have enough. And you never really want to mass the Arcus against this sort of Chariot Archer army. Or maybe you do. Who knows? Not me. And... we just see that now Joe's probably ready to start like merc spamming his opponent here just to finish this game a little bit earlier. But the siege tower is able to start taking down these military barracks. I don't know how many he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 military buildings here. It's really not enough to spam out the units against an Egyptian who's got a couple of barracks and a Migdol. All of his units train so very, very quickly. Whereas the Atlanta units all kind of take 15 seconds to build or something like that. So you sort of need a couple more. But now the siege towers taking down the military barracks. Archers in the back. Nice micro from Swissboy. You have to micro this. But Joe, if you can micro back with the Egyptian army, with the Ra army specifically against archer fire here, this is such a difficult army to deal with. The siege towers in the front, chariot archers in the back. Micro your chariot archers back when they were getting target fired. Really difficult to fight this army here with just these archers. You need destroyers. You need those sorts of units. But now, Son of Osiris joining into the party with his 60 crush damage, sorry, 60 hack damage and attack. He can actually completely tear down this town center. And we see fortified town centers coming through on the front town center here as Swissboy does decide to tap out in the 18-minute 30-second mark here as Joe just too powerful for Swissboy in this first game here, playing pretty solidly, like he's been warming up a little bit, utilizing the monuments here, utilizing the Sphinx early. I feel like the Sphinx didn't get a lot done, but they did scout the map for him, and then the Patsuchos completely decimated in that eclipse, managing to take the town center down. I think Swissboy, he needed to have a better plan in mind for his rush. I think had he built one Promethean, pushed off this food over here, sat on the town centers instead of going into the main base, not deconstructing the temple, save that deconstruction for later, get an early second town center here, and then go for a heroic age timing push with Chaos or with Rhea, considering the fact that there's Patsuchos you can trader, not a bad thing to trader there. Could have been the way to go here. I would have probably preferred to see the Chaos all in, throw down a palace, get your destroyers, go for it with that early second town center, get a lot of economy. Very, very hard for the Egyptian player to defend. They have to spam mercenary, which keeps them in the classical age, or maybe in the heroic age, early heroic age. And then you can deconstruct the Migdol twice, and Gold Starve is the game. So you put a palace up maybe over here. I don't know. We'll see how. I don't really know. Ra is a really strong god, so you don't have to pull some crazy shit out of your bag of tricks. But Joe does take the first game. If you enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.